Have you guys started the game and you're trying to figure out how exactly to move servers? You might be trying to join with some friends. You might want to pick up with some, some other associates that you play the game with and you're having some trouble. Well, my friends, I'm going to shed some light on that in this video. Let's go. All right, so if you guys have watched my last few videos, I was making some videos on this game, Horde, Brink of Survival. These guys wanted to sponsor me, which is really cool, but they got shut down, or they're getting shut down. It's pretty much the same concept as Doomsday Last Survivors with a twist, all right? The base is different, the layout's different, but the heroes are the exact same. Everything, the layout, all those things, as far as like the structure of the heroes are the exact same, all right? So it's pretty cool. I've always wanted to go back to playing Doomsday Last Survivors. But the problem was that the game called Last Fortress Underground came out. They wanted to sponsor me. They wanted me to make a certain amount of videos. Some friends wanted me to make a certain amount of videos. So I decided to do that and then put this game to the wayside. Now, I decided to play Hordes, and I ended up with an alliance that's really, really cool. And then we found out the game was getting shut down after a couple weeks. And then we say, hey, what game we're gonna play? So we tried a whole bunch of different games, guys. Like literally, we've tried a bunch of games, and they weren't really meshing with me because if you guys followed me for a while, I don't like portrait games. Now I'll play them, but I really honestly don't like them. The reason why is when you try to edit them on YouTube, it looks weird. Like it's crazy playing portrait games. Doesn't take up the screen, yada yada yada. I don't think people really care about that, but I do. But that's how that goes. So I start to try to play Doomsday. I recommend that. So look, why don't we all just start playing Doomsday since we're all familiar with the structure of that game, and let's go with that. So, people started to grin and say, yeah, you know what? Let's go. So we did it. So what happens is you make a new server or a new game on the server. What you're going to do, basically you're going to go here to your settings. Well, not really here, but you're going to look at your account. You're going to see where you got them bound at and things like that. And you're going to do that. So I can click on change account, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right, let's say you did that part already, where you went to change account and you're going to decide where you want to play. You can either play on Google Play Games, you can play on Google, you can play on IGG account, Facebook, or just use device login. Now, one thing I would not recommend if you guys do, and this is the problem with Hordes because they didn't have this option yet, is I would not just do a device login because you're only going to be able to play on that particular device. That's it. You will not be able to play on your phone and tablet, or your phone, tablet, and your computer, or wherever you guys play. You're only gonna be able to play on that particular device that you made that account on. That's it. So I would highly recommend you guys either play on either an IGG account, Google account here in the middle, or Facebook. So you can always switch to a different account or different devices. All right, so once you do that, oh man, wait, I'm on the wrong server. What you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll all the way out on your map. I'm gonna try to make this easy. I'm trying to remember how I did it. And you're going to click on the little globe thing here, guys. This. All right, you're going to click on that. And it's going to bring up all the different worlds that you can go to, guys. Now, when I started this, it had put me, for some reason, I don't know what it is, it put me on I don't know, 102 or something like that. All right? So it put me on that, and I couldn't do anything about it. All right? So I was like, nah. And I was trying to ask the leader, what world are you on? He kept on saying, oh, I'm on a Russian server. Bro, no. What server are you on? They have A's and B's in front of the the thing. So after about, I don't know, a couple hours, he kind of figured it out. I figured out, hey, scroll out, and then you're going to do this. And he said, oh, I'm on A26. And I was like, oh. And I was on A102 or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So they were like, oh, all you got to do is just migrate. Migrate. You're good. You can migrate. So I clicked on migrate. And then it was like, no, you don't meet the requirements. And then they kept telling me, you need to, my alliance now, we're on Discord. And they're trying to tell me, hey, you need to go ahead and get rid of your resources. I said, bro, I just started the game. I got like nothing on my resource value. And what they're trying to say is look at the top part of your screen here. As far as your resources go, let me try to circle it so you guys know what I'm talking about. You really can't, 'cause there's a bunch of stuff here. There's a bunch of stuff up there. Hold on. Yeah, I can't click up there. Anyway, up on the top part, you'll see like the food, the wood, the iron, and the gems. You'll see all those. And I had maybe like 9,000 of each, so I don't have anything. And they were like, that's what they were swearing up and down. That was how you do it. And that's not how you do it, guys. When you guys click on this world, it tells you your requirements, what you need to meet when you're doing it. Now you can pick the zones here. You got the East war zone, you got South, you got Southwest, you got North, you got the West, you got the North, and you got the East. All right, you're gonna click on the next, and these are the requirements that you have to meet, guys. All right, so Commander, you must meet all the following conditions to immigrate to this federation, which is a server. All right, all your deployment queues are idle. Your shelter and your squads are not in battle. You are not president. The amount of resources you're carrying does not exceed the warehouse's protection capacity. I was like, what does that really mean, honestly? After immigrating, some of your event points may be cleared. After immigrating to this federation, you will be feature restricted for 0 days. Okay. After a successful immigration, the game will automatically restart, which it does. The federation construction period is 90 days. You cannot immigrate to this federation under following situations. The federation under construction has been 5 days since you created your character. The federation is construction, blah, 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 is less than, you want to make sure that's less than your 10, your headquarters 10. The federation is a special region, which pretty much all of them are special regions. After the construction period ends, it will enter a semi-open period lasting 90 days. All right, so upon re-entering the game, your shelter will appear in a random location on the target region. Okay, so I can go ahead and click on this where it says migrate, but mine, I'm gonna try to remember to show you guys what I was showing. I'm gonna show the little screenshot of what I was seeing on mine. It was not this. Matter of fact, let me show you now. On my screen, I was showing this little thing here at the bottom, where the other one you said you can migrate. I was saying, it was showing you do not meet special regions immigration criteria and cannot immigrate to the federation. So they were telling me, oh no, just get rid of your resources. And I'm like, bro, what do I do? How do I get rid of resources? I'm building everything. I'm not taking anything extra. So I guess that, I don't know, that wasn't the case. You in fact want to see this screen right here, my friends. You want to see this migrate right here. So I can migrate back to 27. I started the game over like 3 different times. And it put me on any kind of an A server all the time. And it was different. It was like an old school Doomsday. All right. So when you're on a B server, it's like a new version. So it's pretty much like Horde's Brink of Survival. So if you guys watch those videos, which I might change those titles to this game because it's all relevant to this game anyway. So I might do that so there's no confusion in the future. Because people are going to be asking me probably 6 months down the road, hey, what happened to Horde's Brink of Survival? What happened to this game? And I can't really answer that. I'm probably going to forget at this time. Probably in a month I'll forget. But anyway, this is how you guys do it. You want to make sure you see this button right here on the bottom. Okay, then you can go ahead and join your alliance, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, it took me 3 times to get where I wanted to get to, and that was it. But it put me on 27, and then I just migrated to 26. Then I can join my alliance and all things like that. Now, if you want to join us on 26, I believe we're going to stay on 26, but stay tuned to the future videos, guys, and you'll be able to know exactly where we're going to go. The whole plan was they were going to go on 26, and then people start on 27. They're going to migrate, but they went ahead and got their headquarters past 10, which kind of screwed everything up. So then they can't migrate. So that's how that went. I just want to make a quick video to show you guys a little small synopsis of what you might be going through when you guys try to migrate to these different servers, or if you want to try to play with your alliance. It is kind of frustrating a little bit. You know, I was trying to do it while I was at work, and then I got home, and then I was playing a different game. You know, I played World of Warcraft as well. We were raiding, and I'm trying to do this too at the same time, and it wasn't working, so I was getting frustrated. And I was trying to focus on killing the bosses and everything like that, and then come to this game and do the same thing, and it was just like horrible. But hey, if you guys have any trouble, let me know in the comments below. I might be able to break it down a little bit better for you guys. Maybe, you know, like you can probably join the Discord, and then we'll do that like that too. I can help you guys out there. You can share your screen. I can help you out that way as well. But as always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll hope to see you guys on the next one.